If you lived in Hattiesburg, Mississippi around the early 2000s, you could not go out to the bars without seeing his face. Born December 20th, 1983, Tim Boshart was all boy. He wanted to play all the sports, football, baseball, basketball, but he wasn't just some jock. His mind was exceptional, nearly winning the math award every year while attending Summerall High School. He took on a job at Ramey's grocery store in Hattiesburg, working his way up to management, attending JCJC in Ellisville after graduation, then transferring to the University of Southern Miss for business administration. When Tim turned 24, he pushed his body to new limits, attending Jersey Shore club nights at the bar. You may have not known him, but you at least knew of him. In 2010, while working out, he suffered an injury that will forever change his life. A very painful dislocated shoulder. A doctor decided that it wouldn't properly heal without surgery, and in 2011, he would have the procedure done. He was prescribed 90 pain pills for the month. That's 3 a day, taking one every 8 hours. Now, this is before doctors realized this opioid crisis and was just giving out pills to everyone, as many as you said you needed. If your pain level was a 10, take them all. And it didn't take long to become a full-blown addiction, relying on those pills just to feel better. Until one of his visits to see his physician, he was told that he no longer needed the medicine. His injury had recovered, but by this time, Tim had developed a full-blown addiction. He had to rely on the streets to find his medication, but that started getting way too expensive really fast. So Tim was forced to find a cheaper alternative. It starts with an H, and it affects everyone around you. A decision that would change his life forever. Timothy finally shared to his mother that he had become addicted to opioids, but he told her that he had got over it, he had beat it. 6 months later, he would be stopped by police. He was obviously under the influence and taken to jail. This time, Mom didn't hesitate, she bailed him out. Shortly after that, his addiction took over. Walking up to a lady at a convenience store and ripping an envelope out of her hand and taking off running. Some reports said that it was only about $26 in the envelope, and others say that it was $500 and something, according to the lady that he took it from. His mom would bail him out again, but during his trial hearing, he would be sentenced to 9 months in Parchman State Penitentiary with some of the most violent criminals in Mississippi. During a family visit, Tim told his mother in order to survive, he was going to have to join a certain group. He told her that there wasn't enough money that she could put on his books to keep him safe. But against her prayers and wishes, he joined the Latin Kings and remained with them for the stay of his sentence. After his release, he started working for a landscaping company and started slipping back into old habits. He told his parole officer he wanted to be placed into a work program. Now, I'm guessing Tim didn't want to worry his mom, but he let his dad know that he would have to pay the Latin Kings for the rest of his life. Sadly, his father would pass away after a battle with cancer, leaving a void in Tim's already struggling life. In order to make his father proud, Timothy enrolled in truck driver school and began doing hotshot runs in 2016. Quick jobs with fast ETAs, a time-sensitive kind of job. Tim hadn't been working there long when his mother receives a call from Tim's boss. He couldn't get in contact with Tim, and he had tried reaching him several times. His employer would place charges on him for stealing the truck. Pulled over in Lucedale, Mississippi, under the influence with self-medicating tools all in the truck. Arrested again, he calls his mom, but this time she had to show him some tough love. She left him in there for 90 days. While incarcerated, someone told him about a religious work-based rehabilitation program in Laurel, Mississippi called the Mission at the Cross. Turning his life around, he became the third in charge. Tim got clean for like 6 months, but 2 months before his disappearance, he started using again. He took his girlfriend's car and her debit card. He took $200 out of the ATM, showing them messages from his dealer. He knows where Tim's family lives, and he was going to pay him the money that he owed. Each Sunday, the men of the program would go to Highland Baptist Church. But this time, he saw a familiar face, Patrick Walker, an old childhood friend. They talked outside in the parking lot. Then Patrick drove him to an apartment in Purvis, hanging out with a guy called KC. KC says he then paid 2 men to drive Tim where he needed to go. Timothy Boshart was never seen or heard from again. Hattiesburg, Petal, Oak Grove, Columbia, all of that's basically the same area. Everybody knows everybody in that little Purvis, Summerall type of community. It is not that big. Somebody knows something, and one day this is going to come out.